Hi all, it's the 1st of August 2022 and today we're checking out some wildfires, specifically the largest Californian wildfire so far in 2022, the massive McKinney Fire. This fire started in Siskiyou County, California on Friday around 2:15 p.m. in the Klamath National Forest, and it has spread extremely rapidly over the last few days. It's now burnt around 21,000 hectares, that's 52,500 acres, and caused the closure of Highway 98 in the area. Evacuations, rescues, and the burning of many structures have occurred. In this video, we'll check out some of the satellite images and animations of this and other ongoing wildfires in North America. And we'll hopefully have a look at some other things such as the forecast, smoke forecast, and we'll see how things go. First, let's get our bearings. The McKinney Fire is right up in the forests of Northern California, very close to the border with Oregon. If we check out the Aqua Modis polar orbiting satellite view, there was no fire evident only just back on the 28th of July, but if we shift to the 29th, then you can just see two heat signatures that then by the 30th have blown up and have expanded rapidly in an expanding circle of heat signature. There's also now a second large fire to the west, and then by the 31st, the heat signatures have a clear hole in the middle where a vast area now has stopped burning, while the eastern side in particular looks highly active at that time. We'll get to the more detailed Sentinel satellite views in a moment, but first here's the view from the Geostationary GO-17 satellite, and I've overlaid the heat signatures at 50% opacity so you can see the heat from the fires. This loop starts on the 29th of July and continues to today, and in it we can see the extreme growth of the fire on the 29th of July from essentially nothing, and then with a possible indication of pyrocumulonimbus activity during the night. That's a fire-generated thunderstorm. That's on the night of the 29th to 30th of July, and then by daybreak on the 30th of July, it seems a vicious easterly wind set up, pulling the smoke and the fire line towards the west. But then as the day progressed, this swept round to the north in a southerly wind during the daytime of 30th of July. The fire's rapid spread has been fanned by gusty winds and numerous dry lightning strikes. Thunderstorms could result in more fires developing in the coming days, and strong, gusty thunderstorm outflow winds will continue to be the drivers for extreme fire behavior, which is bad news for the firefighters. Okay, let's see the more detailed views from the polar orbiting Sentinel-2 and Sentinel-3 satellites. Starting with Sentinel-2, we typically get these every few days, and in this case the best view was on the 31st of July. So let's jump in right away with the atmospheric penetration mode. This one does a great job of seeing through the smoke and detecting the heat signatures. Our before image here is from the 26th of July, and then we can see the image during the event on the 31st of July as mentioned. You can see the large cloud, probably pyrocumuloniform in nature, but also through it to this huge fire line signature going all the way around in between the bits of smoke. You can see it appearing. Next up we have Sentinel-3. This satellite gives poorer but more frequent output, so it allows us to see the fire evolution, usually from day to day. At the start here it's on 28th of July and there are no heat signatures. But by the 29th, there seems to be, along this black no data bar, there seems to be a heat signal and some smoke plume. But much clearer anyway, by 30th of July, there is that characteristic ring of heat as the fire has expanded outward in many directions, perhaps due to the erratic changing winds. Another thing we can clearly see by the satellite is the smoke plume, which has spread first northward and then towards the east and has gone into Idaho. The thing is that there are quite a lot of other fires embedded in this, particularly in Idaho, I think. But we can look at the smoke forecast from the model. Let's take a look at that. Here is the HRRR smoke forecast. It only goes forward a few hours and this simulation may be out of date. But you can see the movement and projections and the plumes that it's giving, and you can see plumes coming off other fires such as this one in southern Canada, and other ones such as this one. We're going to have a quick look at those too now. I'm going to just take a look at this fire in Canada and then this one over here in Idaho. The Canadian fire was also caught by Sentinel-2 on the 31st of July, You can see the smoke billowing up from the fire here near the Caledon Highway. And if we scroll across, we can reveal the heat signatures using the false color urban band on Sentinel 2. And then we can jump across to the Idaho fire. And this one seems to be right all around Elmo, Idaho, and right next to that lake. You can see the burn scar very clearly in the Sentinel 2 and a lot of smoke. If we switch over to the false color urban, then we'll see the heat signature of the fire front. It looks like it's burning on the northern side. Let's do a quick area calculation on this. We can just click around the sides using the area calculation, see how large the burnt area is on this fire. It looks like the southern edge has been cut off, maybe by a road, and that comes down to 44 kilometers squared. And that, folks, is all I have time for, I'm afraid. There's lots more we could talk about to do with the forecast, the possibility of thunderstorms, the future plumes, the lightning strikes, but this is all I've got time for. Thanks a lot for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one.